Hello everyone and welcome to another video. I finally got 5 minutes free to start recording, so I thought I would sit down and record all of the voiceovers to all of the videos that I've got sitting on my PC that I haven't finished yet. So hopefully this will be uploaded very soon. I did say it would be uploaded the other day, but I just never had the free time to sit down and do this. But yeah, this is something a bit different for me. I haven't drawn this cartoon yet, because I'm really new to it. Well, half of it. I've loved Gravity Falls forever, so Bill Cipher's nothing new to me. But I very recently discovered this cartoon called Wander over Yonder. I discovered it just in time for it to be announced that it's been cancelled, so that's really great. But my friend Luke sent me a recent song from their episode My Fair Hater, where Lord Dominator, who's the lady here on the left, she sings the most amazing song, and I ended up watching that song on repeat for hours. I was just absolutely obsessed. I completely fell in love with her. I thought she was such an awesome character, and I ended up watching a whole bunch of episodes from Series 2, which is the series that she's sort of she is the main antagonist in it. And yeah, Wander over Yonder is a Disney cartoon. It's a Disney XD cartoon that I avoided very well for a while because it very much did not seem like the sort of cartoon I would like. I'm really not into wacky hijinks, random sort of cartoons. I know, a lot of people are, and that's why a lot of people like cartoons, but I prefer the sort of episodic or slightly more serious or just slightly more real story to them, I guess, cartoons. Not to say that there isn't a real story within some of Wander over Yonder, but I really like things like Gravity Falls and Steven Universe and Over the Garden Wall, and just cartoons that are very thematic and solid and they have an ongoing plot or something. And I was really not interested in Wander over Yonder because I thought it was just wacky hijinks and very simple random stuff. It's actually not as wacky and random as I thought it was. I've watched a few episodes now and it's actually genuinely very funny. So it only goes to show that you should give things a go rather than bloomin' judging them from how you think they are or what you think they are. But yeah, so the second I saw the song and I became obsessed with her, I knew I had to draw her, and I really wanted to draw her with Bill Cipher because they are both the same sort of villain in that they're both into chaos and disorder, and they don't really have much of a motive beyond, hey, we want to destroy the universe, we want to just have fun doing it. And yeah, I'm using Paint Tool Sai because that is the only tool I ever use. You can see here I'm using the pen tool because I wanted to do straight lines and I'm useless at inking at the best of time, and I wanted really clear lines for this one because I wanted to try and replicate specifically the Wander over Yonder style in that it's very, very clear lines, very bold lines, and normally I'm a very sketchy artist. Even when I ink, I'll use the inking as part of my colouring, and it's very sketchy and loose. And this one I really wanted to use the pen tool, you see, especially for like her helmet and for all of Bill Cipher, because it's just so much easier, and it's so easy on Sai. If you're a bit scared of the pen tool, you find it really complicated because you've used it on Photoshop, please try out the Paint Tool Sai one because it's so effortless, it's so easy to manipulate the strokes, it's so easy to get the curves exactly the way you want them, it's so easy to transform, edit, delete them. And yeah, I really recommend it. I never liked vectory art or pen tool art or doing anything like that until I started mucking around with Paint Tool Sai's tools, because yeah, it makes it so much easier. And I think when I try and do cartoony pictures again in the future, like really simple line art on them, I'm going to use it more often because this is the first time I've really sat down and decided to use it, and I was surprised at how painless it made the piece. I was really surprised. I was really happy with it. I was proud of myself because I actually started and finished this in a day, and it's not the most complex picture in the world, but I'm a very slow artist. It takes me so long to get going. Like, I'll resketch and resketch and resketch, and then ink, and then colour. Then halfway through colouring, I'll do something stupid like flatten the image, because I think that's what I should do. And then I have to, it's just a very slow, not entirely great artist. So this one I started and finished in the day, and I was just really, really happy with that. It's so not like me. But yeah. Oh my god, Lord Dominator, she is absolutely fantastic. I am so sad that the show has been cancelled, because I mean, there are some episodes left, so I don't know where they're going with her, but I really want to see more of her. I think she is one of the coolest bad guys in anything I've seen in a very, very long time. I think she's fab. I love that she's really, really girly and feminine without being seen remotely as submissive. She's girly and feminine while also being a complete nutcase. She's like a genuine threat. She's genuinely crazy, and I think she's really, really cool. And the second I saw her, I A, fell in love with her, and B, wanted to cosplay her. So yeah, pretty much my goal for AmeCon this summer is to try and build a Lord Dominator cosplay, because I think she's wonderful. I'd have so much fun prancing around the con dressed as her, and I don't really know how it's going to work. I certainly have the hips for it, but I don't think I've got the little waist for it, so it might be a bit of a liberal stretch, but I just love the fact that she wears long socks and chucks. Let's be honest, how many bad guys wear like sexy long skirts with a long slit up the leg and then knee-high socks and chucks? It's just, I love her design so much. I could just fangirl about her design for ages, because it's the chucks. It's the chucks that do it. She could be the exact same villain and have like long knee-high boots and be sexy and raw, but no, she's awesome. She's just this awesome ladylike complete dork who just wants to destroy the universe, and I love her so much. And I'm gonna stop talking now because I sound really silly. But yeah, she's fab. We like her lots. I'm not going to talk at all about Bill Cipher, because horrible confession time, I'm actually not a Bill Cipher fan. He's probably my least favourite thing about Gravity Falls, which is kind of sad since the whole thing's kind of about him at the end. But he's not the sort of character I like. Again, he's a bit too random and wacky, and I know that's his whole deal, but I'm not a huge Bill Cipher fan at all. So if I don't really care about him, I wanted to draw him because I saw the two of them the same, and I could see them like stepping out and having fun together, destroying the universe, but I'm not the hugest Bill Cipher fan. I love Gravity Falls, I love all the characters, I love the main cast, I love all the side characters, I love everything about it, but Bill really, meh, I wasn't that interested in him. Sorry. But yeah, I should probably start talking about the art and stop fangirling about cartoon characters like the grown-up I am. This was one of the very few times in my whole life that I've wanted to do cell shading. Again, it's because of the subject matter, Lord Dominator being from Wonder Over Yonder. It's a very, very well stylized, beautiful cartoon. But it's really out of my comfort zone. I've never done cell shading. I know where shadows go, kind of. I can generally manipulate them pretty well when I'm painting with typical pixel smoosh, but I'm not used to it. So again, along with the whole pen tool lines, it was a new thing for me with this piece. Here you can see I'm colouring in the line art because Paint Tool, I'm sure Photoshop does it too, but I never really paid all that much attention to Photoshop. The second I got Paint Tool Psi years ago, I just 100% threw myself into it. But you can preserve the opacity of a layer. I know you can do this in Photoshop, but if you preserve the opacity of a layer, you can easily colour in the line art, which beats how I used to do it. I'm sure everyone started out this way, because I used to like highlight all of the black and then colour it in with the select tool. It was so ugly, and just keeping the line art separate and colouring it in myself was fantastic. This is one bit that I wish I had kept on a separate layer and done through Photoshop. However, this glow that I remembered at the last minute Bill Cipher has was a real pain in the butt, and it's not very smooth. I haven't done it very well at all because I had to manually go over it with a airbrush, and it's not very even, it's a bit of a mess. Had I thought about it, I would have inked him on a completely separate layer, coloured him in on a completely separate layer. I've coloured them both in on the same layer on this. And I would have used a Photoshop style to give a sort of blur highlight thing to him, so that would have made it so much easier, but I didn't think of that because I'm smart. But yeah, yeah, background time. Mad Men is really good. Yeah, so what am I doing now? I really cut a lot of the background making because that was the one long tedious thing. I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. I wanted a sort of mix of the two of them. I wanted a lava-y, fiery background for Lord Dominator, and I wanted a really sort of dimensional, weird thing for Bill Cipher, and I spent a long time. So in the end I stopped recording it because I'm very aware of wasting space on my PC and messing up the RAM and everything by keeping the recording going for too long when I don't need it. So I've hidden that whole process from you, but it wasn't very interesting. It was just me drawing a smooshy background and then erasing it all, and then drawing another background and then erasing it all, and it wasn't very interesting, so I've cut that. But what I ended up doing, you'll see in a second, is I've got the fiery sort of lava-y background going on, and then I did the select tool to make the shape of the dimensional cross thing that happens in Gravity Falls, and then I found a stock photo of some marble, I think it was on DeviantArt, I'll link it in the doobly-doo because that seems fair, and I sort of put it in, messed around with the mode and the transparency and the colours and the hues to make it all vaguely right, I suppose. So yeah, the background took longer than the rest of the piece combined, and I kept putting it off as well at sort of table flip, and then come back to it like half an hour later and try it again, and I'm happy with it. It's not the best background I could do, but I really wanted this to be quite a simple piece with the emphasis very much on the two characters, and I think I've done it. I'm really, like I said earlier, I'm really happy with it. It's not often I'm happy with a piece of art, so it's nice to be vaguely proud of it. So yeah, I'm glad I've recorded this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week.